How are you today? I am so glad that you're here. If we haven't met yet, my name's Dawn from Just Doing My Best. I'm 56, and I don't know if you're like me, but I do need to fill in my brows a little bit. Maybe you might need it a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. And brow markers have not been my friend. I do have my eyebrows microbladed. I made an entire video about how that process works, but I still like to fill them out just a little bit. Sometimes with makeup, they can look a little faded. And normally, if I'm going to use a pencil, I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and my favorite color is taupe. That's just a good go-to. If you're not sure what color you need, taupe is always a good place to start. I have used a brow marker in the past. I have very oily, mature skin. Still at 56, but anyway. And when I have used brow markers in the past, I haven't loved the way they sat on my skin or the way they looked at the end of the day. I think I have finally figured out the secret. Now, if you're a regular viewer to my channel, first of all, I'm so glad you're back. But also, you may notice a little bit different background. I filmed in my dining room for a long time when we bought this farmhouse a few years ago. And we converted a bedroom to a YouTube room. But today, they're putting a new roof on our house. So it might get a little noisy. So I'm going to do my best to get this done with the least amount of noise, but I had to move into a room where I could get a little work done. Here is the biggest thing that I figured out about getting this eyebrow marker to work on my oily skin. One of my first steps in my makeup process is often to do my eyebrows first. And I never thought to do that with a brow marker, but I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. So start out with clean, dry skin. And if you're not entirely sure whether or not maybe your skincare is still on your eyebrows, just take a paper towel and get that area, your eyebrow area, just nice and dry. Okay, my roofers are starting to get noisy again. Now, if you stopped watching this video right now, I'm telling you, try doing your eyebrows first on clean, dry skin, and it will make a huge difference. But I hope that you stay until the end because I do have some other tips. My next step, you could skip this one if you want to, but my next step is to spray my face with setting spray before makeup. It really just helps. It's kind of a sandwich method. Spray setting spray before any of your makeup, start your makeup, and then end with setting spray. It's amazing how much better your makeup will stay, how much better it will look at the end of the day. I'm telling you, this next step, fantastic. So the setting spray that I'm using, setting spray that I use most of the time, is the Milani Make It Last Original. I love this. You can't beat it for the price. And you saw I did not use a lot. 3 sprays and I'm done. Now I'm going to start my eyebrows first. And what I'm going to use is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. And yes, same color that I use in the pencil. This is taupe. Here's the other thing that you need. Get one of these little brow combs because this will stay on all day long, but if you make some mistakes, you can easily brush it away with this. So don't stress that. Now we're going to get started on the brows. I put out a video not too long ago, this one right here, on how to measure where your brows should be, how to make them look perfect. And this, even though we're using a different tool, the same rules, there are no rules, but the same rules apply. So you can watch that video. But I like to start at this end just because I want to keep my motions very fluid. And so by starting here, I'm kind of in that groove by the time I get to this end. So this end of my brows, again, you can see that I have them microbladed, so I'm not going to fill them in a lot, but I'm going to be a little bit heavier on this end than I am toward the front of my brow. And I'm going to use a handheld mirror, and I'm going to try to get a little bit more closer up so that you can see all I'm doing is filling them in and creating hair-light strokes. That's it. That was probably a little bit more up close and personal than you wanted to be with me. But I wanted to say that you're just looking for the thin hair-like strokes, and don't worry about them being perfect because your brows aren't perfect. You're going to have some of those hairs that are just going to be maybe slightly different direction, and that's okay. That if you think you made a mistake in any of these areas, let me see if I can do this on my hand a little bit better. I don't know if you can see that. So if you got a little heavy-handed, it's okay. Take your brush and just brush some of that away. So if I make any mistakes, I can just put that foundation all the way around my eyebrows and just work around it and cover up any mistakes. You could take your paper towel, you could start over again by wiping it clean. Don't stress it. These are just some of the tools that you can use to just help you until you really get in the groove and you can really make those strokes beautiful and hair-like just the way you want them. Okay, I moved my mirror. Let's try to do the other one. Okay, I don't know what it looks like for you, but from my end, it looks like we're good to go. And now I can go ahead and apply foundation. So I just worked my foundation around my brows, in between my brows, not disturbing them. And since I don't ever go for a full coverage foundation, always a foundation that gives my skin but better, I don't really have to worry about messing them up or having a line of demarcation where you can see there was no foundation and then there is foundation. My brows will stay all day long. Now I'll finish my makeup and we'll come back and chat for a minute. What do you think? Will you try it this way? Use your brow marker on clean, dry skin before a stitch of makeup. It has made a huge difference on my mature, oily skin. When I started using the brow marker first on clean, dry skin, oh my gosh, it looks so much better. At the end of the day, it lasts all day long. If you're afraid that you're going to make mistakes, just get you one of these little eyelash combs. I will link everything down in the description below. And don't forget setting spray. If this was helpful, I hope that you'll like this video. I hope you'll subscribe. Come over and find me on Facebook or Instagram at Just Doing My Best. Go out today and do your best, and I will see you in the next video.